Hello, dear. First of all, I wish you good health and beautiful life. And start with this tutorial of animation with motion editor using motion layout in view page 2. Example of sofa chair selection. So let's try. Completely this example is based on Android Studio 4.0 plus version. So what should be the final output? So it's a view pager. So if you click on it, then you can select that chair as per the selection of your wall or your image of background. So it's a nice example we are going to build by this way. So let's, as per the Android guideline, upgrade your Android Studio to 4.0 plus version. So go to help and check for updates. So if it is available, then update your Android Studio to latest version. You can check your version from help and go to about section. So just we get the quick knowledge of motion layout. So there is motion layout, there is total 5 panels are here. One is palette components, another is design surface, another is overview panel, which in which we have to set all the graph and click or swipe listeners, and the fourth one is selection panel. It's a very nicely built selection panel. Without Android virtual device also we can see the animation from here. And attributes panel, when we can set all the attributes of each and every components. Another thing is understanding of view binding, because we are going to use view binding code over here. So in most cases, why we are using view binding? To replace the find view by IDs. So if it is activity underscore main.xml, it will become activity main binding class. It is automatically generated class. We do not have to make the coding for it. If it is activity underscore blue.xml, then activity blue binding will be automatically generated class. So let's start animation with motion editor using motion layout in view pager 2. Example of sofa chair selection. Total there are 6 steps. So go to new project with empty activity in Android Studio 4.0, and this is OTS, means one time step. By default it is constant layout 1.1.3. We need to change to 2.0.0 beta 6 version, whatever the newer version is available, and set according to that. Another material library, because we are going to use view pager 2, and another third party component for the indicators at below sites. So make sure your internet connection is on, and after that particular OTS only we can set these convert to motion layout option will be available. By default it is 1.0.3 or any whatever the version, you will not get that option. And inside the build.gradle file we are going to set view binding enable equals to true. Again it is OTS one time step. So let's do the coding. Go to file, go to new project, select the empty activity, click on next, write the name likewise demo underscore ml, means motion layout, and it is inside view pager 2, and just click on finish. All the steps are ready, and go to build.gradle file. Over here see this one, it is 1.1.3. so when we click on this layout, we do not have this option to convert to motion layout. So only if we remove this one and just we upgrade with latest version, so 2.0.0 beta 6, it is latest version. Also we are using material library. This is third party component ZHPANVIP for view pager indicator. Before the sync now process will be finished, just we do all the stuffs of coding over here, view binding and enable equals to true. Okay, and one more thing for the third party component, see this one. We need to include this Jetpack as per the third party component rule. So just we add that inside this project level. So inside all project, after Google and JCenter, just paste this line, and after that make sure your internet connection is on. So after the particular thing will be happen. So a particular our project is now capable to operate all the view bindings and constraint layout for the convert to motion layout. This is for view pager 2, and this is for indicator of view pager. At the below side you can see the dots and changing the dots as per the selection. So OTS one time steps are ready. So this is the optional. If your theme is not material components, please select the material components. It looks nice, and get ready with all the drawables. So just I close this main activity, and I will go to values, and over here style, from the app compat I choose material components, and this is the dark action bar. I don't want action bar right now, so I change it to no action bar. So this step is also ready, and with I have these drawables, see this one back and all the things, just I copy and paste it to drawable folder. If you are using these things are from database or from another JSON file or from URL, then I prefer use glide library. So this thing is ready, so just it is optional. So we are going to create the view pager fragment adapter to set the fragments inside our view pager. So just I click on it, click on new, and this is Java class. I write PVPF adapter, means view pager fragment adapter, which extends fragment state adapter. So yes, I know I will do it. First I make the array list of fragment, okay, and just I give the name m fragment array list, okay, press m fragment array list, just I have to make it, okay, it's Android X, sure that it is Android X because it is view pager 2 inside Android X. So make sure you are in updated version. Just I press public. If you want VPF adapter, because I want to set it with fragment activity, write the fragment activity and our array list as per our this Android X version. Just give the name m fragment array list and just type one thing, super and fragment activity, okay, and after that these dot m fragment array list equals to m fragment array list, okay, one semicolon, and make sure you have to make it because it is a constructor. So just I press public fragment, just we pass the fragment over here, fragment whatever the position you want to select at the 0 position, or it will return m fragment array list dot get and whatever the position, okay. Just one more thing, if you click over here then get item count, it will select get item count, okay, get item count, and for this return position just I pass m fragment array list dot size, okay, there is no error, very simple, easy. So you can also implement this view pager fragment adapter. It is for to set all the fragments or the ready fragments inside our view pager 2. So in the step number 2, we are going to set a red fragment, green fragment and blue fragment with view binding and try to set all those things. So be with me and click on new and just type fragment, and we are not going to set so fragment blank. Then from the blank fragment just I type red fragment. Okay, click on finish. All the stuffs are ready. Just we need to set these particular frame layout to constraint layout. So this is the constraint layout. We are going to make the advantage. By default fragments are transparent, so just I am taking the advantage of that, and just I press id equals to image view. Okay, so just I want to set rep content. After that we are just copy paste all those things, so don't worry. So I press one. Another thing is image view. So it is a constraint layout, so top to top of parent. Okay, top to top of parent, bottom to bottom of parent, and for the center purpose left to left of parent and right to right of parent. It will become in the center. So we need to type our sofa one over here and just type scale type equals to center crop. I think all the things are ready. See this one where it is. Okay, if you don't see, don't worry. Build and clean the project and rebuild the project automatically. Yes, you can see most of time some people are saying that there is no scene over here, and don't worry about it. All the things are ready with this one. So we need to make it another more 2 fragments. We are going to deal with 3 fragments, so that's why. So red, after the red we are going to RGB. So this one is green fragment. Just I click on finish, and sure, go to layout, and from the fragment red just I copy this one, and first I change the frame layout to constraint layout. So constraint layout, because after that we can set all those things. So far 2 is here. I know many times error is happen. So top to top of parent, bottom to bottom of parent, left to left of parent, and right to right of parent. So again see this one, go to design, another selection is ready. And one more thing, go to new fragment, blank fragment, the last fragment RGB. So smart way, BLUA blue fragment, and click on finish, and go to fragment file and go to code. First I remove this selection line, change the frame layout to constraint layout, because we are going to operate animation inside the fragment for the view pager, so that's why. So it is a constraint layout, and just I paste it. If you any one thing you can set likewise top to top of parent and all those things, because one XML entity is remaining, so that's why. So 3. So go to design, and third sofa selection is ready. So in all the stuffs, all the things are ready with this one. So by default the fragment is transparent. If you want to set the background, but I don't want to set the background. So up to now all these things are ready, and we have done with our 3 fragments with a particular red fragment, green fragment and blue fragment. After that we can set convert to motion layout. So step number 3, we need to set all those three. Just we want to set visibility only. So go to red, go to design, right click on it and convert to motion layout is here. So just I press convert to motion layout. I don't mind, you can change to motion layout. So for the starting purpose, go to image view, set the constraint visibility, and first it will be invisible, and at the end click on this one. It is start, this one is end. So just I make one thing, visibility visible. So one only thing we need to set in all those three. And yes, also you can click over here, and how you want to set. I will go to click handler, and this is the base layout. So if we click on base layout, animation will be happen on that particular sofa chair selection, then it will be from invisible to visible. So just insert add, and same process for red and green and blue. So go to this one, by default it is constraint layout, convert to motion layout, and for the starting position click on image view and set the constraint of visibility. By default, okay, by default it is invisible. So invisible, and at the end set the constraint of visibility, it will be visible. So very easy, and which point you have to remember, click on click handler, start to end on the base layout, click on add. Same process for the third one, fragment underscore blue, right click on it, convert to motion layout. Now I think you have you remembered it, all those things. And I change to convert, click on start, click on image view, and from the attribute panel set the visibility. First it is invisible, and at the end it will be visible. So visibility and make it visible. After that, which process? Click on this arrow key. Over here from this panel you can check out how it will look like. See this one. If you click on again, it will be invisible. Just we need to set on click listener. So click over here, click on base layout. With click on the base layout, the animation process will be happen. So just I finish. If you want to see or change the code, then these XML file is here. So see this one, it's a red. Then first just we set visibility visible in the end and visibility invisible in the start. So same process for the all three XMLs inside the fragments what we are want to set. So you have seen that inside the XML, whatever the three XMLs with underscore scene.xml are ready. So also we have set the listeners. Step number 4 is also ready. Step number 5, we are going to design our main screen. So just I click on layout section, go to activity underscore main, and first thing is set the background of our sofa back, and there we are going to take one view pager 2. See this one, it's a view pager 2 Android X. So I am going to deal with this one. Set the ID @+ID, give the name view pager, no need for text. So and width will be match parent, height will be whatever the height you want to set. Another all things are ready. So view pager 2, and this one is for indicator. So from the third party library we are going to use this indicator. So indicator view. So I think it's a very easy step if you follow this one, rep content and rep content. I have tested many of that, but thank you to this third party available tool. So indicator underscore view, and just simply we need to set the positions. So just I say that bottom to bottom of parent, and left to left of, if you want to, at the middle side, left to left of parent, and there is no red mark after that, right to right of parent. And certain margin I want to set, margin bottom or layout margin, you can set 10 dp. Okay, see this one over here, all the stuffs are ready. Over you can see this one with 10 dp of margin, and this is a back selection inside activity underscore main. So very easy. Now just one step is remaining. Step number 6, create the code inside main activity dot java. Okay, so just I go to my main activity dot java. We need to code for the view binding purpose. So first I take activity, see this one, you can set activity main binding. It is automatically generated class, we do not have to make it. So just I type binding. After that I know the code binding equals to activity main binding dot inflate get layout inflator and semicolon. And after that set content view, just change binding dot get inflator. So okay, get root, one thing is remaining. And after this one, just we are going to set the array list. So array list of fragment also, you know that it is Android X, so it's a new version, and just type fragment array list. Whatever the name you want to give, don't worry. Then just simply type new space and control space. After that, just add all those 3 fragments into it. It is collection class, so refer core Java. Always I prefer that, because it will be good if you learn all those things. So otherwise you have to mug up all those things, and why we are writing this code you don't know that, why we select add methods. So I always prefer just I think hardly it will take 1 or 2 hours to sound your knowledge with core Java basics. So just I am using our adapter, whatever the name it is, new, and VPF adapter. Just we need to pass 2 arguments. One is this particular activity dot this, and another thing is our array list. So after that, just we need to set binding dot view pager. Why this thing is already happened without view without find view by ID? Because we are using view binding. So I always prefer be with latest technology and latest concept and try to implement all those things. So it is simply we have set all those things. If you want the indicator at below sides, then these particular another code for indicator at below the view pager 2. Okay, so this is the code where what we are going to set. It is for the indicator purpose. So just I am going to write binding dot indicator view. Then after that, just set slide color. So select slider color. These one is also default class Android.graphics inside Android SDK. So I always prefer, if you want with certain default color, use this class. No need to define. Is all those things are in latest concept and from the very earlier Android Studio version. And this one is we are going to set the width, slider width. I want to set it 15 dpi, but for that I need to make it daemon folder over here. So just I go to new values, then I click daemon and click on OK. So just I want 15 certain dp, then click on item, give the name likewise daemon underscore 15 dp. If you want to set, it's a dimension for the, just I type 15 dp. If you want certain 5, 10, all those things, then I prefer that. Likewise the button and all those things, just I want these two things, then I have just written over here. So inside get width, get resources dot get dimension, and over here dot diamond dot, automatically it will come to 15 dp. Just we also want to set the height, set slider height. Same process, get resources dot get dimension r dot diamond dot, what are the 5 dp we have set, it will be the height. So there are many things, or just I want to refer this library, set slide mode. For the indicator, set slide mode, I want to set it indicator slide mode. Okay, just I type indicator then slide mode dot, also see this one, scale, smooth, warm, whatever the thing you want to set, I want right now as per our committed output, so I use this warm. And you can also set indicator style, set indicator style. By default, if you want to set indicator style, then indicator style dot circle, you can set your own drawable also over here. So do the research and development R&D inside indicator. Just I say that first you complete this example, or you can also set one another example for indicator only and set up with view pager. So setup with view pager 2, it will be automatically it will be overridden if you use your view pager, then it is once again it is from view binding purpose. So why view pager over here, otherwise you have to set find view by id. So very simple, we have set this indicator, and I think our code is ready. So just I press shift F10 and checking for the code. I think all the things are ready. So very easily we have seen that you can also implement with view pager 2 inside Android X, inside Android 4. Android Studio 4.0. So information plus experience equals to knowledge. So implement these things, it is good for you and me. So by default my wall or my selected room wall is here. If I click it, and my first selection, I just want to check which sofa, high back sofa chair should be more suitable for my wall. The second tab you can see in the bottom, if you click it, the second chair selection is here. Click it, then it will be invisible. Just change the view pager, click it, and the third one is here. If you click it, and it will be invisible. So very nicely we have done with all the fragments, all 3 fragments with motion layout inside motion editor. And see this one, our committed output is ready. So just I also check this one, see this one, if you click it, it will be invisible. Go to second and click it as per the commitment, selection of sofa chair. So see this one, our output is ready. So motion editor with motion layout and with view pager 2 inside Android X, inside Android Studio 4.0. So sofa chair example, very easily you can also develop certain app for the furniture purpose or anything for the gift purpose, or whatever the you want to materialistic or as per your requirement. So implement your coding, and it is this example is also provide the solution of how to make animation with view pager, how to convert constraint layout to motion layout, and which dependency we want to include to create motion layout. For more upgraded or for more update on the regarding Android Studio 4.0, subscribe this channel. And by the way, we have completed animation with motion editor using motion layout in view pager 2 Android X Android Studio 4.0. This is the example of sofa chair selection. So thanks for watching this. Please like it, subscribe this one, and share with your friends. Thank you very much.